This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Don't mistake the new me for the old me. They can't stop me now, I'm with the whole team. No beginner, I'm a winner. Took a couple losses, now I'm cooking, let me simmer. Yeah, tunnel vision, all I see is win, 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 win. This my city section where you been. We move faster alone, but go further together. We can weather any weather forever. A dream team, I done seen things. Confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Forget the things you probably thought you knew. A new day is approaching, turn the gray skies into blue. I grew up on these same blocks, school of hard knocks. Had to get it on a hard top, took the hard shots, but we made it. Anticipated, highly decorated. The whole team is winning, celebrated. The victory is all mine, and everything is alright. And you know how to see things, confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like,
All right. What up, though? What's good, y'all? My bad. I had to run upstairs at the last minute and get me something to drink. Man, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid Impromptu again. I promise I will get on a better schedule eventually. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Got a lot to talk about today. Kind of excited about the season being right around the corner. But before we get into that, what's up, Dylan? Will.i.am, Dennis, what up? What up, Detroit? What's good, bro? Bro, where's your membership at on Lion Syndicate, man? It's got to be up there. What's up, Antonio? What's good with you, man? Shout out to everybody in the building this Friday, man. I hope everybody's having a great week. I can't believe it's already been a week since we've been on. I was like, yo, with Jack Campbell being paid, let's talk about it. Last time we got on, the schedule had just been released. And now since we know that Jack Campbell has been paid, if you guys didn't know, a Lions super fan wind up breaking the news, which is kind of cool, man. I'm not going to lie. So 23 months. Dang, bro. Okay. Dude, yeah, I know you, J Love, bro. I can tell by the photo. Yes, sir. That's why I said where your membership at. I'm like, I know the name is different. I live in AZ and I already bought my tickets. Wait a minute, to what, bro? Bought them to what? To a Lions game or what? All right, so let's do this. So we got to be on. We only gonna be on for about an hour, if that, right? Well, you know me, I'll probably be on for an hour. So I've been thinking about it a whole lot, and I've had a lot of people talking to me over the last week about this Bills game. Now I got a homie who is going to try to get me, see if he can get a season ticket holder for the Bills to get me a face value ticket. So that's the one homie there. And then a lot of the homies off, like offline, they've been like, yo, man, you need to go to this game. And the past week, I really, really been thinking about it. I said, Derek, you might not be able to afford to go, but can you afford to miss this? This is going to be, how often am I going to get to go to Buffalo in the summer, right? Like not in where they're scraping 4 feet of snow off the stadium. So I'm really, really considering going. Here's the biggest problem I have. It's not the ticket to travel. It's not the hotel. The biggest problem that I have is the extortion. These people are extorting you. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. I also thought too, I was like, yo, is the stadium safe? Because it seemed like that mug, they just built it. Like they built it in like a year. So, I'm a little nervous about that. But not too nervous. But I'm like, Derek, you gotta go, man. Because I think, like, anytime we play in Kansas City, I gotta go. Even if the Chiefs are, I think they're moving from Arrowhead. But wherever the Chiefs go, if the Lions play the Chiefs, I have to go. So I feel like Buffalo is the same. So I'm gonna try my best to get there. The tickets, though, man, they're charging $3,000 to sit up top is ridiculous. Oh, the Miami ticket. Okay. Let me see. Oh, for the AZ game. Okay, that's what's up, man. I was actually considering going to that game. What's up, that one guy? All right. So they don't have bro. They do not. They stadium is open. It's a little more. It's partially covered, but the center is open. It's mostly open. So, but no, sir. Them people in Buffalo would have a fit if you put them in the dome, and a natural fit, bro. So absolutely not. King with the super chat. What up, though, man? Says I'd rather watch it for free 99 the best way. What, King? You know what, bro? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Once you start going, it's a whole thing. Like watching the Lions game at the crib for free is one thing. I'm going for the whole experience is something. Like I was telling my wife that from leaving the house, right? So it's a whole experience. It's not just like, think about this. Football is not about football. Like it's very little about football. It's about the experience. Okay. So like the entire experience of Kansas City, the game is only 3 hours, but the whole experience, the days of travel, the mingling at the hotel or the bar, the lead up to the game, the after the, you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole experience, and that's what I'm paying for. So, so here's the deal. Here's where I think I'm going to try to go. So the Miami game is on my birthday. I think I want to go to that game. I'm trying to go to stadiums I've never been to. So Buffalo, and then outside of that, I don't think there's another game that I'm really trying to go to. However, I was talking to my wife about this, and we talked about it last time. We couldn't afford to go last time. We play the Las Vegas Raiders in Vegas next season. And I told her, I said, we got 15 months to save up and plan for this trip. So I don't know when we play them, but it's sometime between September and January. Dome in Buffalo would be snow, load, stressed all the time. Oh yeah, that too. Season tickets are the best, not gonna lie. Absolutely. Me and my wife be chilling with It's Too Easy when they come out and when we went to the D. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man. You know what? I had him and Katie, I interviewed them a couple years ago, man, before the Chiefs game. If you go to Miami, we need to meet up. Hey, listen. So Q, that's the plan, bro. I'm not really a fan of like outdoor heat games, but it's going to be winter, right? So it might not be too hot. It might maybe in the 70s, hopefully, but I want to go. So the plan is Buffalo and Miami. I am going to go to the preseason game because the preseason schedules have been announced. So I've never been to Paycor Stadium. I am going to go to Cincinnati for that game is at 7:00. So I'm going to drive to Cincinnati for that game. Then we got the game at the crib. And I would have went to Indy, even though I've already been to Indy. I would have went to Indy, but that game is at 1:00. And I ain't about to get up at 5 to drive 4 hours to Indianapolis for a preseason game to a stadium I've already been to. So, but then go to the home. We open the season at the crib, and then we open. The first game is at home, right? I forgot. And then we go to Buffalo, and that's the first game on Amazon Prime too. The first Thursday night football game is our game. So I definitely want to be there. I remember that I was watching Yeah. So check this out. So I got to here's the announcement, and I was gonna put this. You got to be careful, man, because it's people that will steal your content. They will steal your content ideas. And so here's the plan. This is the plan. I've been thinking about how to add new content, right? So I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't get around to doing it. And I might have to hire an editor because I don't know if I'll have time to do it. I want to vlog my experiences at the game. It is very tough when you have one person. So Katie is typically Eric's like video person, and then they'll switch. So having two people is better. But I'm thinking about getting me a DJI camera, Pocket 3, and then taking that to Ford Field and starting to vlog. And then I got to come back and edit. And I was going to create a new channel for that, but I think I'm going to try to put it on Lion Syndicate and see how it does. What up, God? What's good with you, man? I remember that. Let me see. All the rookies have interviews on Tim Newman's channel. The Pocket 4 is already out. Yo, hey, Q, that mean that the Pocket 3 might be on a discount, my brother. I might have to discount that because them tariffs was kicking I was like to the gnaw. That mug was almost $1,000, bro. Because it was really between that camera and the action, the action camera. But I also want to use the Pocket 3 to double as a different camera as well, since it can follow you around. So I'm going to probably I didn't know the Pocket 4 was out, bro. How would you feel about getting Sneed? God Monkey, I made a video about that, bro. I wouldn't mind. I mean, at this point, we got the best edge rusher we gonna get. At this point, there's still a couple guys out there. AJ Epinesa, Jadeveon Clowney. Will Brad do something? Cam Jordan is still out there. At this point, I wouldn't be mad if you got any of those guys. You're not gonna get Jadeveon Clowney because you haven't done that in 5 years. So he's not coming to Detroit ever under this regime. This is something about him. But I wouldn't mind at all. OTAs began on Wednesday. They began on Wednesday. It's crazy how the offseason flown about to be in the summer, and I am done with my college semester in my sophomore year. Hey, congratulations, bro. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Keep up the good work, man. Keep up the good work. All right, so I got a few orders of business, all right? The first order of business is this. I got to say something. I got to say something because it's in my blood to say something. I'm an analytical guy, and I wanted to get you guys' opinion. So first and foremost, I am not talking negatively about these individuals or what they do or what they decided to do. It's just something I noticed, and I wanted to know if you noticed too. So Crunch Time Sports, they went back to Woodward on Monday. And they now run a show. They brought so it's a collaborative effort, kind of. They have, I don't know what they've done, but they no longer have a night show on their main channel. Now, if it were me, and I was trying to, if I went back to Woodward Sports, what I would do is during the videos so Crunch Time, they go live from 11 to 1, Booner and Jeff. And the videos from their segments or their live stream, I guess, go on Crunch Time. But what I would have done is if they went on Woodward, then I would have had Woodward link my account to theirs. But here's the question that I have for you. If you watch Crunch Time Sports, do you feel like their viewership has suffered due to the return to Woodward Sports? From my observation, it looks like it has. I think it has. Will it grow again? It could. But I think that a lot of people are disappointed. They feel betrayed. They feel let down. Maybe it's a temporary thing. Maybe it's a permanent thing. I mean, it is just this week. And I think the biggest problem with it is the fact that they built something on Crunch Time Sports. They've been Crunch Time for years, for 3 years now, I think it was. They had a show every day, Monday through Friday, and they just left that show. They left that show to go back to the people that, well, it's not the same person that dumped on them, but it's the company. So I think that their viewership is suffering. That's just my thoughts. I mean, I'm subscribed to the channel, and when you make content, it's hard to watch other people because you're so busy making your own content. But I'm like, it doesn't seem the same. It doesn't seem the same. So I don't know. It's like maybe going back to you in a relationship, you go back to a relationship and you're trying to make it work again, but things ain't the same. So I don't know, man. It's just something I noticed, but let me know if you've peeped that as well. Derek Morris said he's been chasing Aiden. So now really playing with him, I feel like he gonna make him a dog too. Let me see. Bro, I went to State Farm a couple years ago when the Lions came to Phoenix, bro. It was so many Lions fans. It was pretty much a home game for us. The Cars actually got booed when they came out. It was all D. You know what, bro? I think I remember that. Yo, I wouldn't mind going to Arizona. I don't remember when we played them. It was like Arizona or Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind. I know it's hot, bro. I've never been to Arizona. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. But my priority now is Buffalo first, and then Miami second, and then after that, probably I would say third would be if I wanted to go to. No, third is Minnesota. I want to go back to Minnesota. Have Uber reached out to you, and if not, why? Because they have not. Wait, because you have the most motion of a Lions YouTuber. No, they actually never have. They never have. And I told y'all, man, Woodward Sports, but this was under the old regime, so no wonder they were so, hot. They were a hot mess. So when they first started, they were bringing on content creators to try to like siphon their fan base. That's how they built their network, is doing that. So the guy who owned Woodward previously, I guess he had the money, which is what us small YouTubers don't have, right? Like we don't have the money to do this. So he had the money to, and I guess the pool to, they had a partnership with Fox. I don't know if that partnership is still a thing. But he had the money in the pool, obviously, to make that happen. But, that's why I was kind of protesting them, because I saw what they were doing. They came in here with no subscribers and they just as a matter of fact, there's a content creator. I don't want to say his name, but he doesn't make content anymore. When they were trying to launch the Pistons or launch their network, they were promising people channels from what these individuals were saying, and they never did. They never did. So what they were doing is using already established content creators to help build their platform. And then once they got there, but they've never asked me, so it's all good. Let me see, man. The difference between you and them is I feel like you have more personality. It seems like they are just they sit there and talk. Lions are not as popular as they were a year ago. Hey. Gaff. That's 100% facts. And that is a direct correlation to viewership, okay, for every Lions creator across the board. See, I've noticed that. I'm a very analytical guy. So I notice numbers. I notice how things are happening. I notice what's working and what's not. I do agree with you because it reflects in my content. It reflects in my viewership. It reflects in my subscriber count, like all around the board. Even clickbaits on the thumbnail, bro. I haven't clicked on them in a while, but I would imagine that their clickbait titles aren't really working anymore because the excitement for the Detroit Lions is not where it was. But I feel like it can get there, because if we won a Super Bowl, bro, the floodgates would open up. I probably would grow 20,000 in a season, like real talk, because it's hard, man. Sometimes being a Lions content creator is really, really hard. It's harder than you may think, because y'all are diehard. We have a lot of returning viewers. Like, y'all are diehard fans. Lions are not. Okay, I read that. I remember that game when the Lions fans took over. It was the 2024 season. Were you at that game? No, I was not at that game, but I remember I was streaming it on here. Let me see. Yeah, because the 15-2 season brought in bandwagon fans. I can see that, bro. I can see that. But yes, the Lions, the way, and I think think about this. It was a 2-year thing, right? So we come off the NFC Championship game. We lose and we're heartbroken, but we're excited. We come out, we're smashing folks. We win 10 games in a row in 2024. We're doing all this stuff. We're the first seed, and it's the way we went out. And I think that was the beginning of the end. And then the fact that and I haven't been dumping on Brad Holmes in a couple of months, right? But it's the way we tackled the offseason in 2025. We came out and we didn't make the playoffs. People are not as excited as they were 2 years ago. And it shows in all Detroit Lions content across the board. I don't care who you are having a hard time making videos. Lions before it was cool. I am looking at getting one of those shirts that says, I like this before the Lions is cool. I'll be honest, I'm not excited about the Lions this year. I think the O-line is the same as last year. Defense got worse. I'm excited to watch the Titans this year. Bro, that's crazy. I'm not mad at you. But that's crazy. King Turner says, what free agents do you think we should go after? I'm thinking Bobby Wagner with Jack and Barnes and Jadeveon Clowney. Well, Bobby Wagner is still a free agent. That is true. Jadeveon Clowney will never be a Detroit Lion. He will never. The Lions, they're not going to all of a sudden sign Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney has been on the market every year that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have been here. And they haven't done anything. They have never brought him in. So Jadeveon Clowney, see Cam Jordan before that. I really could see Cam Jordan. He played Dan Campbell. He was there with the Saints and all of that. He's still a free agent. It's obvious that the Saints are not going to bring him back. It's looking like that's not going to happen. Dylan says, do you think we signed an edge to have backups? I you know what, man? I think we have to. I think we have to sign somebody. I mean, we signed some UDFA guys. One of the UDFAs got a $4 million deal, something like that, $3 or $4 million. So he might stick around, but I think that there's no doubt that we must sign someone. We got to sign somebody, man. You were right. Definitely Brad would go for Cam in connection with Dan. I still think we need a veteran. You know what, Dylan? I think we do. I think they sign one. Will it be before the cuts start happening in August or not? But I will say, you know what? I will say this. Let's like branch off from football for a split second. I thought this was out cold, but I mean, I can't do anything about it. So I put out a poll yesterday on Twitter and I asked how many people are watching the WNBA, and it was all around nobody. And I was like, dang. So check this out. Detroit is getting a team. We had a team called the Detroit Shock back in the 2000s, and they wind up leaving. And they became a different team. So now Detroit is getting another team in 2029. And I have requested information about this team, like about becoming a season ticket holder, because outside of a 10-game package with the Detroit Pistons, I'm not going to be able to afford Detroit Pistons season tickets. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and I'm watching it, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. The Pistons have tapped me back in. I'm watching I'm even watching the Knicks and Cavaliers. Like, both teams put the Pistons out the playoffs the last 2 years. I'm watching both these teams, hate both of them, but I'm back into basketball. And I'm like, yo, so it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. I'm glad Davenport is gone. I am too. We don't need any free agents. We are above the league minimum. We need to go into the year with cap space in case we need to sign a free agent during the season and go into injury. I mean, DC, we're going to have that anyway. That's going to be, we've always done that. So I don't think that's anything we need to worry about. Andrew Reese shoots bricks. Hey, you know what's funny is there are teams that are more interesting to watch. The Toronto Tempo, the expansion team Tempo, and another team, but some of them teams are hard to watch. And you know what the crazy part is too, is it's not that much different from the men. They'll hit shots and then they won't score for 7 or 8 minutes. And the men do the same thing. I tell you what, whoever comes out of the West is going to destroy whoever comes out of the East. Listen, Victor Wembanyama is the real deal, and anybody is going to have a tough time guarding him. And I can't wait to see either the Knicks or Cavs. It looks like it's going to be the Knicks get decimated by, at this point. I'm like, yo, I mean, because this Spurs OKC is a heavyweight fight, man. This thing is going 7. This thing is going 7 games. I just don't know who's going to come out. Dylan Harper is out. Darren Fox is out. Those are 2 scoring threats for the San Antonio Spurs. And then you got, the flop master. You got the free throw merchant with SGA. So I don't know, man. SGA gonna be tough. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they're gonna be tough to beat if all of them dudes are shooting, like Caruso, all them guys shooting, they're gonna be tough to beat. So I hope whoever comes out whacks the East, bro. And I think watching the Pistons and watching other teams kind of watching the Pistons remind you of the Lions. Like you see what the Lions need, you see what the Pistons need. The Pistons, man, look, I don't think they come out of the finals. If they would have got to the finals, I think that the Spurs or the Thunder we might get one game. We might get two. We just don't have enough. We didn't have enough offensive firepower to deal with them teams. Them teams, anybody can score on you. They just need to lower the basket. That's crazy. They need to allow fighting in WNBA. That would sure bring interest to the league. Yeah, that would be something. Let me see. OKC repeating? Yeah, man. Okay, yeah, look. I saw the Pistons and Kyrie Irving, and I'm like, I don't know. And then they're talking about giving up all these players for Kyrie. What is Kyrie? I mean, what are we talking? How long has he been in the league, bro? It's been at least what? At least 12, 13 years? I don't know, man. And Kyrie, I don't know. I would love an OKC Pistons because it would have caused views for sure. What up? What's good with you, bro? D saying like every big player. Yeah, I've seen Trey Murphy. I've seen Kyrie Irving. I've seen Lauri Markkanen, right? I've seen a couple of guys. I think the Pistons got to make a move for somebody. They have to make, because if you look, even the Cavs, bro, James Harden was traded. And the dude is like, he ain't really. I mean, but without James Harden, they don't beat us. They don't beat the Pistons without James Harden, right? So we went and got Kevin Huerter, and that brother he played 3 minutes. So it was the Pistons president dude, is he like Brad Holmes? Is he like Brad Holmes? See, I'm just tapping back in, so I don't know if he's like Brad Holmes. Remember when they ruined the Pistons by trading Billups for Iverson? Oh, that's when I stopped watching. When they start breaking up the going to work Pistons, and I think Ben Wallace went to Chicago. Rip was one of the Rip. Where did he wind up going? But yeah, when they traded Chauncey, I was like, nope. I was done. I was done after that. All right, let's get into it. So you guys know that Jack Campbell was extended, and I want to know: do you guys like the deal? Do you like the deal for Jack Campbell? So the Detroit Lions, they extended Jack Campbell they declined his 5th-year option. He was going to be paid almost $22 million, or I think it might have been a little up above 22. It would have made him the highest paid off-the-ball linebacker in the NFL. And the Detroit Lions decided not to pick that up. And we were told that a deal was trying to get worked out. And I don't know if I was a little on the fence at how Jack Campbell would feel after declining his 5th-year option. But I figured if they did right by him and his family, that he would sign. And it looks like they did just that. 4-year deal, $81 million. He got $51 million guaranteed. Comes down to about 20.25 a year. So that is about $1 million under what his market value was. I think they did right by him. I do. Is it shorter than the 5th-year option? Yes. But he also has $51 million guaranteed, and this keeps him in a Detroit Lions uniform through the 2030 season. Now, here's something that was interesting. I'm a season ticket holder for the first time this year, and Dylan, you can attest to this too. So I'm in the orthodontist. My son gets his braces retainer thing, so I'm in the orthodontist. I get an email from the Detroit Lions, account. I opened it up, and it's like, we want you guys to be the first to know that we've extended Jack Campbell. So I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Man, can I say anything? Can I tweet about it? I don't know what to do, but I'm like, yo, this is cool. So I kid you not, within about 60 seconds, I get a push notification from Twitter that the news is broke. And I'm like, did they really just give me 60 seconds? When they said they wanted us to be the first to know, did they really mean like, I'm thinking a couple hours, at least a half hour. They gave us 60 seconds, man. But I'm happy about this because Jack Campbell deserved every dime that he got. And what they declining the 5th-year option, I wasn't worried per se, but I was just like, okay, being a man, working my butt off, being at the top of your craft, and the team decides that you have done too good of a job, that we can no longer, it's like being overqualified for a position. But not only do they say that you're overqualified, you knew this. They said, hey, if you hit this criteria, you will make this much money. Then you hit that criteria, it's time to pay you this much money. And then they say, nah, we're not going to do that. So yeah, I felt some type of way. And I was just like, okay, is Jack Campbell going to feel some type of way? But a lot of people in the comment section was like, yo, he would play for free. And you might be right that Jack Campbell would play football for free, but thankfully he doesn't have to. $51 million guaranteed. Do you think that the Detroit Lions did right by Jack Campbell? I think so. And it's good that he's going to be here because he's going to be a leader on defense. Dylan says, I wish Jack was a little faster, but yes, I agree with you. But the thing about Jack that I love is he might not be the fastest on the field, but if he gets you, you ain't getting away. You are going to the ground, and you're going to the ground in a violent, vicious way. So he's not going to miss a tackle. He's going to pursue you. It's going to take him forever to get there. But if he get to you, you coming down. You are going down for sure. Mello said they did. They did. Yeah, I think they did as well. It says these Iowa players are tough, man. Yeah, they are. They are. But what does this mean for the other Iowa player? The one that was drafted right after Jack Campbell. What does that mean for his teammate? I don't know. It's going to be very intriguing, but I think they did. Now, Jack Campbell's market value was 21.5. 21.5. This makes him, he still is one of the highest paid off the ball linebackers. The way that they did it, though, they got a new deal in place. So it's going to be a tough, I am very curious to know if Brad can pull this off, because I think that what's coming next will be the greatest magic trick that Brad has been able to pull off. Because now you've got 4 players, and all 4 players could set records at their respective position as far as a payday. And only one of those players has received a deal, which is Jack Campbell. You have the other 3 players, Jahmyr Gibbs. We know that the Detroit Lions are waiting a little bit on him, but now you have Jahmyr Gibbs, you have Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta, and Brian Branch, whose deals would all kick in at the same time. Jahmyr Gibbs, his deal would not kick in with his 5th-year option already being picked up. They wouldn't kick in until 2028. So they got a little bit of time on Jahmyr Gibbs. He's only going into year 4. When it comes to Brian Branch and Sam Laporta, they get paid next year. That's also when Jack Campbell's deal kicks in. The Lions they tend to award all of their players with, if not the highest contracts at their position, a respectably high contract. Aiden wasn't the highest. J-Mo wasn't the highest. Jack isn't the highest. But Penei Sewell was at the time. Amon-Ra St. Brown was at the time. So they got some work to do. And if he is able to, somebody named them the Fantastic Four in the comment section. If he's able to pull this off, this is going to be legit. But the good news for the Detroit Lions is after these guys are paid, there's no one else who's getting any money. There's nobody else. We talked about this all the time. No other Detroit Lion, as far as on a rookie contract, is getting any money right now. Terrion Arnold, would you pick up his 5th-year option? I probably wouldn't right now. So he's not anything to worry about. Tyleik Williams, too early. In his Ray Straw, ain't getting a dime right now. So you have nothing else to worry about as far as rookies or rookie contracts, breaking the bank. After you pay these guys, if you can finesse this somehow, then you're good for a little bit as far as free agents or, rookies. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think the Lions did right by Jack Campbell? Oh no, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Let me see. I feel we did Ragnow dirty. So this last year or so, not talking about paying back the contract. Yeah, we to me that's always dirty. That's always a dirty thing. I hope Sam Laporta plays starting. Yeah, I don't know, man. People are already doing 2027 mocks. Shaking my head, but we need a quarterback for sure next draft. What are we doing? What are we talking about? What? Why are we doing 20? You see what I'm saying, man? Look, this why I had to take a break. Y'all. I had to take a break. This nonsense. What are we talking about? I hate way too early mock drafts. I hate mock drafts, man. They're just time consuming for no reason. I will say this, Lions. If you're the Detroit Lions, when do you start talking about a quarterback? Tell me why AI just told me that Brian Burns plays for the Detroit Lions. I was like, dang, did I miss something? Bruh. That's wow. All right, well, let's get into it then. So the comment section is saying that way too early mock drafts are already beginning, which I think are ridiculous. I already think mock drafts are ridiculous. They're just a time consuming, something to keep people entertained during the offseason. But someone in the comment section brought up, it's time to start. We need to draft a quarterback in 2027. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion on that. Is it time for the Detroit Lions to draft Jared Goff's successor? We just got news yesterday that Matthew Stafford is signed a $55 million deal up to $60 million for the 2027 season. So he's going to be the Rams quarterback for the next 2 seasons. They did draft Ty Simpson, and he could be his successor after that, which could be something that the Detroit Lions follow next year. The conversation has to begin eventually, but does it? Jared Goff is 31 years old. His contract will end with the Detroit Lions when he turns 34. Matthew Stafford is still playing at a very high level at 40 years old. His contract will end at 40. I think at that point, he got to hang it up. The brother got to hang it up at 40. He got to be done. Turns out Matthew Stafford, after this contract is over, will approach or have made over $500 million in his NFL career. But he's playing at a high level, Super Bowl champion, last year's MVP. So, yeah, he's up there. Jared Goff on that level, he's not. Right now, he's not on that level. Can he get to that level? He wins a Super Bowl, wins an MVP, then you can put him on the same level. That's how I go by what you've been able to do. It's not that I'm choosing one over the other. I go by what you are able to do. And with a Super Bowl champion, multiple playoff appearances, all that stuff. So even though Matthew Stafford is 38, he still plays. Some say he's better. They would take him at 38 over Jared Goff. But now when it comes to the Detroit Lions and drafting Goff's successor, when do you do it? There's a lot to unpack here when it comes to Jared Goff and drafting a successor. Because here's the deal. We've gone over this several times. The Lions set up Jared Goff's contract where they have a potential out when Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes are no longer under contract as Detroit Lions coach and general manager. So there's an opportunity that Jared Goff, Brad Holmes, and Dan Campbell could all be gone at the same time. There's also an opportunity in order for Goff, there's also a chance Goff could be here and neither one of them are there because Goff contract expires the year after theirs does. The Lions have a potential out all at the same time when Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's contract expires. Now, they could get extended. That could change. They could usher Goff out and usher in a new, draft their successor. When do you start having that conversation? When do you start having Goff just finished the first year of his new money. He's got 3 years left, a potential out after 2. Are the Detroit Lions in a position to draft a quarterback? Do you waste a pick on a quarterback? If so, where do you draft that quarterback? We tried with Hendon Hooker in the 3rd round. I think Hendon Hooker was drafted to potentially be Jared Goff's successor. But Jared Goff balled out of control, and Hendon Hooker's on like his 4th team. And ironically, him and Broderick Martin taken in the same draft, 1 pick after another, it was Hendon Hooker first, Broderick Martin second, have been on about 4 or 5 teams. Broderick Martin has been waived with an injury settlement by the Raiders. So he's no longer a Raider. If he stayed on IR, he would have been shell for the season. So when do you do it? When do you start having that conversation? It's one that needs to happen, but when? There's so many layers to unpack here. The Lions have their Super Bowl window. Even if it's cracked, it's open. If you draft a quarterback in that Super Bowl window, that means that all of your other needs are met. That you're saying you don't need to draft any other pieces. You don't need a guard. You don't need a safety. You don't need a cornerback. You don't need a linebacker. You don't need a nose tackle. You don't need any of those things. You can put this quarterback on the shelf. The Rams are in that position that they can put a quarterback on the shelf. We are not. We are not. But it is a conversation that does need to happen. So when would you draft Jared Goff's successor? I don't know, because unlike a lot of the people who probably watch the Detroit Lions, I think that Jared Goff could still be playing at a high level at 34 years old. We saw what he could do with the Rams. We saw what he did with our team. He did something that Matthew Stafford wasn't able to do with the team around him. Now, Matthew Stafford went and got a Super Bowl, but that's because of the team that was around him. If the team is built around Jared Goff, even at 34 years old, I think Jared Goff can take us to and win a Super Bowl. You've got to have a defense. I'm going to tell you what, and this is real. Before I even think of drafting Jared Goff's successor, the Detroit Lions better have a top 10 defense. That's how I would look at things. They better do all that they can on the defensive side of the ball to make sure that we are not bottom 10, that we don't start off the season with the top 5 defense and then end with the bottom 15. Before I even think about replacing Jared Goff, because again, Jared Goff is under contract for 3 more seasons. If you draft a shelf quarterback, you are saying we didn't need a player to impact this team right now. Now, the conversation does need to happen, or like I said, or does it? Or does it? Now, the moving pieces, there are a lot of moving pieces. To me, there's some uncertainty here. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell did not get extended. They did not get extended. So you could have a situation where both of the guys are gone, one of the guys are gone, all 3 of the guys are gone. And you know what? I think the last person to leave is Jared Goff because of his contract. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are not under contract after 2 years. Jared Goff is, but they do have a potential out. So I think we can see a thing where Goff is the quarterback of the new regime. I can see that. That new regime then replaces Jared Goff, draft the successor to Jared Goff. Jared Goff plays his last year under contract. The Detroit Lions have a guy waiting, and then that is the guy that takes us to the future. I will say this. I was thinking about this the other day. And I'm going to be sad when this core breaks up, because this core to me has done so much. Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, even Brad Holmes, Jared Goff. There's going to be a day that Jared Goff is not the quarterback of the Detroit Lions. I want to see this core win a Super Bowl. I want to see it happen. I want to see these specific men, Jared Goff, Brad Holmes, and Dan Campbell, win a Super Bowl. We didn't get to do it with Khalif Raymond, Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker. We didn't get to do it. And I would like to see this group, somebody, win a Super Bowl. Because I think that, for Jared Goff specifically, I think he deserves it. I really do. But those are my thoughts. I think that before you even think about replacing Jared Goff, you need to make sure this defense is top tier. Look at what the 49ers were able to do with Brock Purdy, the last pick in the NFL draft. Look at what teams are able to do if you look at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, who's a better quarterback to you, Sam Darnold or Jared Goff? But when you have a defense that is decimating people, you can win Super Bowls with an average quarterback. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. Let me see. What up, B? What's good with you, bro? Let me see. No. We started just talking about, somebody brought it up and it made for a good segment. What's Jack's contract? Dolo, Jack got a 4-year deal, 20.25 with 51 guaranteed. This goes into effect next year. So he's only making a couple $1 million this year, but it goes into effect next year. You don't need a mobile QB. Defense. Golf by far. Defense wins championships. Look. We already knew that, right? But if anybody need reminding of that, it's the Seattle Seahawks. It's the Seattle Seahawks. They had a massive defense, right? So that's the guideline that all teams should be following. It's always been. The offenses are pretty, but who do you think we should sign next? Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, or Jahmyr Gibbs? That's actually going to be a segment, Will. So just hold on tight, man. How we feeling about Jimmy Roder? Hey, God, I have no idea, bro. I got to see the brother. So just a little side note. According to the season ticket thing that I got, Dylan, you can tell me if I'm right, bro. Somebody was saying that they might not have the season ticket training camp days, which is kind of busted because those are the only tickets I was going to try to get was those particular tickets. But hopefully that's not a thing. Cause I'm like, dang, the year that I did it, that's crazy. That's what they said, bro. I don't know, but you know, I'm like a newborn baby or something, bro. I'm asking questions to people who already been one. I'm like, yo, but I tell you what, man, I see how season ticket holders can be. They get a little swag. You know what I'm saying? You ain't important, but you start feeling important. You start feeling like you special. You be like, man, I'm getting, you know, I got an agent dude, a representative dude. His name is Cameron. And we get these little emails. And then yesterday I felt I was like, oh, this is so cool. And before I could even react to the email, it's already out. I'm like, dang. You got some now too? Hey, Braylon, how did he come into this? NBA, who you reading for? I'm going for the Spurs. You know what, bro? I gotta say, I gotta go with the Spurs too. Absolutely despise the East. Both of them can get it. Like, I cannot stand that. The Knicks, they did their thing in game 1. And the Cavaliers, I think they're done. They gonna get some juice at home. They might win a game. They might win 2. But the Knicks, they swept the 76ers. They beat the Hawks 4-2. I think it's going to be 4-2. I think it's going to go 6. I think the Knicks are going to win that series. And I think whoever comes out the East, the Knicks are going to get destroyed. Whoever, it just, especially if they play the Spurs. But either one, because you're talking about defensive teams. But these teams can also score. So if Brunson is not on for the Knicks, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. That's it. So, yeah. All right. So, let me pull up these real quick. Let's do Jahmyr Gibbs. And then we'll make this last segment. Man. Jahmyr Gibbs contract. And then we'll do Sam Laporta. You know what? I could have. Well, I know this stuff by heart almost. And then we'll do Brian Branch. I don't know, man. I feel like I just don't know if Brad can pull it off. I don't think he can pull it off. So what y'all think about Buffalo, man? What do y'all think? Y'all think I should legit try to go? Gibbs 26 and yeesh. 26. That's more than Christian McCaffrey, ain't it? Yeesh. All right, let me see. Let me go to market value for all these guys. Market value, Sam Laporta. And then it was Brian Branch. Derek, do you think the defense will be top 10 with the new pieces they drafted? I don't know. That's one thing y'all not going to hear me do. I'm a report. I'm going to give you my thoughts, but that's why I'm not really trying to go out to training camp every day. Like, it doesn't matter, man. They looked really, Terrion looked great. Khalif Raymond looked great. The team looked great. And they weren't. They weren't. The defense was not what it needed to be. And until it is, we're not going to be able to win it all. Top 15 is all I want. Hey, Dylan, that would be something that's never happened. The Lions have not ended top 15 in defense in 5 years. So I think we all want that, brother. Like, real talk. I think we all want that type of scenario. Lane says, definitely you should go if you can be some of the first to experience the stadium with your team being there. Yeah, and that's the number Faith says we talking about practice. That's the first Thursday night football game. Because remember, we have the season opener is going to be on Netflix or something like that, and that's going to be on Wednesday. So Amazon Prime's Thursday Night Football is going to be. So I have to get over the shafting of the tickets. Like they're extorting people, man, which is crazy. All right, so let's do it in order who needs to be paid. We could have made it in 2023 without awful defense. Yeah, man. Braylon with the super chat said, I've been hearing about signing Jadeveon Clowney. I know you made videos about it before, but your thoughts have changed. If so, what do you think? B, so where's that information coming from, man? Because you're the second person to bring that up today. So it's always something about Jadeveon Clowney. But if we have new information, then I'll make a video about it. But I don't think the Lions are going to do it. I mean, I don't care if he came. He would help the team, which is all I care about. But I just don't think the Lions are going to do it because they haven't. So, but then again, you trade up for an edge rusher, so maybe things are different this year. But I don't think they are. Here's a question: where does Marcus Davenport land? Where does he land? I'm wondering if he done, if he's even going to play anymore. Oh, Crunch Time brought it up. Okay, thank you, man. Yeah, I'll look into it. But I don't think he's going to get signed here. He just doesn't seem like something that, it doesn't seem like Brad is going to do that type of thing. All right, let me pull up this. Let me check my email real quick, and then we'll do. Okay, what is this? Okay, I need to delete these. Ooh, wait a minute. I might have to wait on that. Fathead is having a 20% off, 25% off. Fathead? Oh, I might have to look into that, bro. Because when them 25% deals come, I gotta jump on those. Just curious, did Tyreek Hill get signed with? No, Lane, he did not. He did not. Braylon, I agree with you. No. Davenport, we're done with Davenport. If he was playing with us, we would have been signed him. I'm just curious to know where he lands. That's all. Bush says, I really like Crunch Time back on the Woodward Sports Channel. I mean, they have their own show on there, but Booner is fun to watch. Yeah, you know what, Will? I had just brought them up at the beginning of the show. And do you think that their viewership has suffered because of their return to Woodward? I do. I think that it has. Their segments have been like putrid compared to the numbers they used to get. I think people don't like it. And of course, they did what they needed to do and what was right by them. And hopefully they can win their fan base back. But like I brought up at the beginning of the show, I just think that people feel betrayed because, and they also feel like even though Woodward had a different owner, the sting of what Woodward did to them will always be there. And it's almost like going back to an abusive ex. And I think that people they didn't really vibe with it. I think that they would have got more respect had they said we turned down an opportunity to go back to Woodward than to return to Woodward. Those are just my thoughts. And I think that even though, yes, the numbers all around for the Lions are bad, every content creator, but I think that there's also a sense of trust. Like there's a particular creator whose content is sucking right now. He's also really, really, really policing the comments. Really, really policing the comments. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it. You can see it in the content. So yeah. Let me see. I didn't know Ocho Cinco was the owner at Woodward. Let me see. Who you want with Cade and Duran for? Okay, so check it out. Melodrama. Okay, so let me say this. I'll say this and then we'll move on because I was supposed to be off in an hour. Okay, so put in the comments. I'm just curious about that. I feel like I can talk about this a little bit more because they have a new owner, and I'm going to give this new owner a chance. I still don't watch their show, but I'm going to give the new Woodward a chance. Why do you guys hate Woodward? Like, what is the biggest issue that you have with Woodward Sports? And I think that's another thing too, is when you join something, you kind of take on the identity of that thing. Even though these guys were there first, that's where they got their start. I don't know if Maz is returning, and I know he's an older gentleman. So I don't know. And this is, I'm not trying to gossip or nothing, but I'm just curious. I sit back and I watch things that unfold, and I was around before them. So, but why do you think people have such a disdain for Woodward Sports? I know why they have one for me, but why do you think they have one for Woodward? Let me see. Who the heck is this? Who are you, bro? Hey, Tongue, who the heck bro, who are you? And hey, look, let me quote the great philosopher Kanye West. You know what he said? He said, the only thing I wish your brother would. So I wish your brother would. Please do. It's a lot of talking, bro. A lot of talk. But first of all, who are you? Who are you, bro? You another slappy and a lackey. Stop it, bro. See, here's what you don't understand. You come for one of us, you come for all of us. And every single person that cannot stand this individual will have my back. I guarantee it. These people, bro. That's crazy. That is insane. That's it, bro. I was cool. I was calm and collected. There's a lot of threatening going on. That's crazy. I can't wait to get this paperwork, please. Because soon as I get it, I'm talking about it. And look, the court of public opinion has spoken. Guilty. Guilty. Come on, dog. This is crazy. Okay. It probably is. He got, goons everywhere. I'm waiting on this email from a particular individual, and I hope he see it soon. I hope this person emailed me 2 weeks ago and went to my spam, and I was like, dang. And then I emailed the person back, and I've been waiting, tapping my feet for 3 days now, waiting on a response. Please, the only thing I wish a brother would. All right. And then where he at? Then he just go ghost. Okay, look, since he brought it up, let me say something. This guy has been in everyone's comment section on Twitter. If you mention his name, he's threatening to sue you. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Y'all have no idea the amount of creators, the amount of people who have contacted me, who absolutely despise this individual, who he has had interactions with. A lot people, you wouldn't even believe it. There's only been a few to talk about it publicly. There's a lot that ain't. All right, now that I got that out. Hey Derek, why do you only do 1 hour videos? Hey Derek, why do you only do 1 hour videos? You always say you have to stick to 1 hour. You know what, bro? It's just because I can kind of go long, you know what I mean? But the goal was to kind of start going two eventually. Like the goal was to do it every day. But then I started talking, and right now we at 50 minutes and 30 some seconds, so we don't even hit an hour. You know what I mean? And so I didn't know if I had enough to carry 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? Like by myself on a regular basis. But I mean, we tend to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's when you have the gift of gab, I guess. And plus the comment section keep me rolling. All righty. Cap says he's been harassing Hat and Beard Show. Hat had a glorious response to him. Yes, he has. I didn't know. Oh, no, D. It's not a YouTube thing. It's just the goal is to do daily 2 hour shows. The goal is also, like, I'm going to start really kind of going hard, trying to bring extra people on the network. We've got the syndicates that will return. That's going to be a night show. Like after, and we will be doing stuff during the season. Don't worry about it. It hasn't really been much to talk about. So we're going to do that. The plan is to bring on guests as well. to get more people who talk. Like the Tigers are really bad right now. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wanted to talk about them and stuff. So it's a work in progress. And like I said, my goal eventually is to get my own place, to get my own studio, because what I'm missing is what I would love to do is in-person things. So I would love to do the virtual stuff is cool, but I would love to, like, I didn't even know Booner lived locally. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know I didn't know that they were local. You know what I'm saying? Like local. But to see them in the studio together, it's like, oh, they've been local this whole time. But I want to do stuff like that. I want to be able to sit in person and look at somebody and bounce stuff off, you know, and bring people into the studio that they can talk. You know what I'm saying? So I think sit down podcasting is like the future of the sports world. Here it is that Stephen A. Smith literally like started, and I'm starting like not really kind of like not like him with all the stuff that he got going on, but how he was able to not only do ESPN, but started a YouTube channel. And now that is like he got a whole media company from doing that. So, you know, I'm trying to kind of do the same thing. Big Back for Life says, I've been trying to come on your show for like a year now. Well, hey, you know what? It's not that I'm not going to bring like viewers on the show, but I mean like content creators, people who are in front of other people on a regular basis. So we got you, bro. We got you. Well, Fave, here's the deal. And I'm a move on after this. It's a lot of talk. It's a lot of talk. If that talk turns into legit paperwork, all of the stuff that we have will have to come to light. Everything. And when it does, because he has screwed over a lot of people. Some are vocal about it, some are not. And he had a lot of people. Now he's harassing other creators. Like, come on, man. So anyway, like the dude, nobody likes this guy. It was crazy. When I first interacted with him, somebody texted me like, dog, watch, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? And I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, my wife was like, I don't know, dog. I don't know. And now because of that, I'm on alert. I'm on alert, bro. I'm still going to keep doing what I'm doing. If you ask me for help, I'm going to help you. Right. But as far as collaborating, on a regular basis, I might pop up on your show 2 or 3 times, but outside of the syndicats, bro, I'm done. I have wanted to collaborate with people, and you know, because that's what it's about, is building each other up. But it turns into disaster, because here's the deal: in a lot of cases, you have an absolute psychopathic narcissist, and then in some cases, you have people that just want to be somebody, and they will step on you to be that person. Whether it's especially in this space is crazy, because I think the ultimate goal for a lot of people is to get noticed by the Lions. They want the Lions to notice them. They want the Lions to be like, yo, I've done enough to get noticed by the Lions. And I think that's people, they want to become somebody. And to be honest with you, I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that, man. The Lions don't care who I am. Y'all do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know these players don't know me. Y'all do. When I go to the stadium, y'all see me, right? So the Lions, outside of me talking about them, they don't do anything for me. So they don't invite me anywhere. So why am I gonna like break my back to get noticed by them? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Hey, yeah, his views are crazy. Yeah, me and him got a history, man, but apparently we done all worked it out. One of his best videos, bro, was when you found out the Drew Petzing. When you found out about Drew Petzing, this is how they do, because it's so true. Lions always grabbing these no names or the usher after we got eliminated. Wait, you know what, Dylan? Okay, so here's the thing. We have started fresh. We have started fresh. I don't know if we're there, but we've started fresh. So yeah, him and I we're good. Let me see. All right, so let's do this last segment, and then we'll get out of here for this Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you watch the game today. I don't know, man. I'm enjoying. Me and my wife sit down and we watch the NBA, and we're actually watching the WNBA. It's kind of fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. So the plan is to be a WNBA season ticket holder when the Detroit team comes back. Okay, let's get into the segment. The Detroit Lions decided to sign Jack Campbell yesterday. 4-year, $81 million deal with 20 a year. 1 down, 3 to go. 3 people remain from that 2023 draft that needs contract extensions. And after those 3 people, the Detroit Lions are smooth sailing from that point on. There's no rookie. There's nobody on a rookie contract that's going to not only break the bank, but maybe even get a new deal. Think about it. Terrion Arnold, do you pick up his 5th-year option? If you had a choice, right, if it was Terrion Arnold's year right now, would you pick up his 5th-year option? My answer would be no. Then the second question is, can he do enough in year 3 to earn year 5? That's the second question. Or is he another kind of Jeff Okudah, where not only do we traded Jeff Okudah, his 5th-year option was declined on his new team. So Lions don't have anything financially to worry about after that point. Tyleek, it's way too early for those guys. Tesla, those guys. But Ennis and Terrion are not. Ennis right now, I mean, he is not getting anything. But let's bring it back to the 2023 draft class, the first 2 rounds. One of those guys signed a massive deal yesterday. The other 3 remain. We know Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get paid. It's just a matter of when and what. The Detroit Lions already decided to pick up his 5th-year option, paying him $14 million. They did that, in my opinion, to try to push it off. Even if they do push it off, it won't go into effect for 2 more seasons. Jahmyr Gibbs is only going into year 4. So he don't have to worry about anything for the next 2 seasons. With Brian Branch and Sam Laporta being 2nd-round picks, they only got a 4-year contract. With us declining Jack Campbell's 5th-year option, he only got a 4-year contract. So the question that I have for you is, we know one is really going to be here. It's just a matter of how much he gets paid to do so. Which one of these guys is gone, or do the Lions find a way for both of them to stay? That is Sam Laporta and Brian Branch. So before we go any further with the contract details and the market value, tell me, which one do you choose? You have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. If it came down to making a decision, which one would you choose? Do the Lions keep Sam Laporta, or do they keep Brian Branch? Do you think they can keep both? I think one stays for sure. I don't know if they can keep both. Here's why. Jack Campbell, new contract. Brian Branch, new contract. Sam Laporta, new contract. Aiden Hutchinson. You forgot about Hutch there. Hutch, I just remembered this. Aiden Hutchinson's contract goes into effect, guess when? Next season. So not only that, I forgot all about that. Jamison Williams, his money goes into effect next season. I forgot about that. Wow. So now it's even what? Man, I forgot. I got to make a video on Lions Syndicate now. That's crazy. So which one stays? Which one goes? I don't know if the Lions can pull off both. Let's take a look at the market value for all 3 players. Now, we know Jahmyr Gibbs is going to stay. We know that is going to happen. It's just a matter of how much money is he going to get. This is coming from Spot Track. Jahmyr Gibbs' market value is $20 million. Bijan Robinson has not been paid yet. I don't know if the Lions are waiting on that. I think Bijan is going to make more, but this is his market value. 3 years, $60 million. He will be the number 1, the highest paid running back. Now, I don't know if this went up or down. So he will make more per year than Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, and James Cook, who I believe just got paid not too long ago. And also you see here, Jonathan Taylor. So this would make Jahmyr Gibbs the highest paid running back in the National Football League. This contract would not go into effect until 2028. So that's good for the Detroit Lions. Jahmyr will be here. It's just a matter of how much. And maybe that's why the Detroit Lions picked up his 5th-year option, so they could really sit back and dissect and figure out how much they're going to pay this guy. Now let's move up to Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta's market value is $18 million. So it looks like that this is fluctuating between 20 and 17. I think the lowest I saw it was 17 and a half, but it looks like it's gone up. 17 and a half, 4 years, $73 million, an average of 18.4 a year. This would make him the number 2 paid tight end, and I think number 1 will be George Kittle. Nope, TJ Hawkinson. But on an average salary, George Kittle would be 2. So you got George Kittle, Trey McBride down here, Isaiah Likely. So it would put him in the top 5 when it comes to being paid. So it's $18 million. Now keep in mind that all 5 of these contracts going to play at the same time. Hutch, Jamison Williams, Jack Campbell, and whoever we sign. Brian Branch, his market value, $20 million a year. So we talk about Brad's stellar drafting, which is correct for the most part, and this is the result. You got to pay these people. Brian Branch, $20 million. 79 would be the total for 4 years. His average salary would be a sneeze under $20 million. He would be the 3rd highest paid safety in the National Football League under Antoine Winfield Jr. and Kyle Hamilton, just above Minkah Fitzpatrick and right under Kirby Joseph. I didn't even realize, I forgot all about that. Kirby Joseph, 86. So he's right there, just $6 million under Kirby Joseph. So which one are you signing? Just hit me like a ton of bricks. Hutch, Jamison Williams, Jack Campbell all start at the same time. Jahmyr Gibbs is a ways away. So when you extend these people, all of these contracts, even when you extend Jahmyr Gibbs, those will be running concurrent to the contracts that we're talking about. Do you think, knowing that Jamison Williams, Aiden Hutchinson, now Jack Campbell, soon to be Jahmyr Gibbs, do you think that the Lions can reasonably keep both of these players? I think Brad is going to do everything in his power. I don't know if he pulls it off. So you have to make a decision. Which one are you keeping? I know you want to keep both. Which one do you keep? Do you sacrifice Brian Branch or do you sacrifice Sam Laporta? I think the consensus is going to be Sam Laporta. I hear y'all. I hear you. I don't know, man. I think that they are kind of neck and neck. They're neck and neck. You could have leaned Brian Branch before the injury. You could have leaned Sam Laporta with the year that Brian Branch had in 2025. He wasn't himself. Maybe it's because Kirby Joseph didn't play most of the season, but something was not right about Brian Branch. His behavior on the field, just dumb penalties, something was off. So you have to make a decision. Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, you can only keep one. We know Brad is going to try to keep both, but the reality is he might not be able to. Not with Hutch being on the books, Jamison being on the books, Jack Campbell being on the books. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hey, Brad might pull. This might be the greatest magic trick Holmes has ever pulled. All right. Let me see what y'all was saying, and then we'll wrap up the show. I feel like he hasn't earned it. Let me see, but still can. Man, I still can't believe it's already Gibbs' 4th year. Yeah. Hey, just think about this. His rookie season was the NFC Championship game. It's been 2 full seasons since that. We're going on year 3 since that, which is 4 years for Jahmyr and them. Laporta, because he still has both Achilles. I'm keeping Sam. I'm hearing the name Bijan makes me think of Mustard. Yeah. Hey. Facts. I'm going to sacrifice Laporta, prioritize defense over offense. That's a good point, B. Depends on the day you ask between Sam and Brian. Hey, with Sam, we need to be sure his back is good before signing him. Yeah. I think Branch should be good now since he got baptized. Hey, he could be. He could be. He could be. I don't know. You know, I didn't really put it. It just seemed like something was different. It seemed like something was different. But that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all for sticking around. Again, we've got stuff in progress. I'm going to spend the offseason. I usually try to do like most of the stuff because when the season comes back, it's something every day. It's something. The season is we got the game, then and now I'm a season ticket holder, right? So now I'll be at the games. We won't be streaming them. I'll come back. We'll do the post game show, right? And all this other stuff. Then the videos, you got the injury reports, all that stuff. So it's stuff you got to do every day. And during the off season, there's a lot of free time. So I'm gonna try to get some things together, man, and really build this brand over here. Yeah. So with that being the case, man, I appreciate y'all. I am now going to make a video on Lion Syndicate. I figured this is probably something I was thinking about doing this anyway, man. But I will catch y'all soon. Syndicast is still a thing. We'll be back soon enough. OTAs, we'll have that to talk about next week as well. And yeah, have a great weekend, y'all. Go Lions.
And I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.